A very exciting episode of the Mish and Zach Podcast this week. We talk about rom-coms. We break down When Harry Met Sally. We talk about real estate agents and Mish's moving house. Enjoy the episode.
Mish and Zach.
Hello and welcome to the Mish and Zach Podcast. I'm Zach, this is Mish.
Did you just burp?
I just burped. I'm having a Red Bull.
I was going to ask you about that.
I'm not a Red Bull boy. I'm Zach, this is Mish.
Hello.
I'm not a Red Bull boy usually. I'm a...
Well, not even are you not a Red Bull boy, but you're all of a sudden a Red Bull boy at 10 a.m. when we're recording this.
Well, I wanted an iced coffee.
That feels very rock star to me. Like needing to smash a fucking Red Bull at 10 a.m. I have a coffee like an adult, but it's a coffee from McDonald's. So
I think this is like 15-year-old boy with one of those loop belts. With one of those clippy loop belts, you know?
No, to me.
Got to smash a Red Bull at 10.
No, so it is that, but it is also the lead singer of a band that is supporting a band. And they're on tour in WA.
And then the band...
And he fucked someone last night.
The band that I'm supporting.
Yeah. They all went to bed. They're married. They went to bed. They had
the band that I'm supporting. I was really excited about partying with them, and then realized pretty quickly that they have wives and kids.
Yeah, kids, and their kids are there.
But
one of them's got family in Perth. He's going to his great aunt's for dinner.
But then at one point, like one of them hung out with us last night.
Yeah.
And the whole time, anytime he went to go pee, we were just like, what?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And you got shit-faced. You got absolutely munted.
And then I'm smashing a Red Bull.
Now you're smashing a Red Bull at 10 a.m.
Yeah, there's that. No, what it was I wanted an iced coffee because I thought we had iced coffees in the office and then we didn't. And then I was already in that like boss iced coffee train. And then I thought, well, a Red Bull will do. And hey, it's fun. I'll smash a Red Bull before a show if there's no coffees nearby.
I would love an energy drink, but I hate the taste of all of them.
Yeah, that's
I don't enjoy. I can't even pretend to like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, do you know?
Have you had those like pink guava-y ones that they do?
I still don't like them. They've got this weird taste.
Yeah, like the added.
And I'm not a fizzy girl. I literally am sitting here before you as a 56-year-old woman. With a fucking golden circle fruit juice. This is my shit. I have this and I have and a fucking coffee from Macca's.
Yeah. I got a question.
This is not how I saw my life.
I got a question.
Yeah, wait, let me have a sip.
The fruit box, it's a little box. Now, a brand of them, I don't know if I've asked this on this podcast before, but one of the brands of fruit boxes in Australia is called Primas.
Love Prima.
Right. But in the same way that Americans call all tissues Kleenex,
we call them all Primas.
I do. I was wondering, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was a family thing or like a Victorian thing.
No, we called them Primas.
Like I would call that a Prima.
And the best Prima was apple blackcurrant Prima.
Wow.
Little purple Prima.
But that golden circle tropical punch.
Off the chain.
That's a good Prima.
Also, really cold. I don't know if they've turned down your fridge in your office or something, but it's like icy. It's real crisp.
In the summer.
This is a good Prima.
In the summer, my mum used to put Primas in the freezer.
Little ice block?
Yeah, and then it would like melt through the day and that was a real treat.
But sometimes in your office you have sunshine punch. It's not as good. This tropical punch, it fucking packs a punch.
That's so funny. I think this is all Lucy. Lucy who buys our drinks.
Well, I have a feeling the Primas are probably for me.
I was like, is this the Lucy thing? She just loves Primas. And then I'm like, I know, because I've always been like, but then I think everyone every now and then
has a Prima. Broden smashes a Prima.
He loves a Prima?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Broden loves a Prima. Dude, when was the last time you had a Prima? I had one with you.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, see, there are sometimes.
Very rarely, but sometimes.
The thing is, I don't drink the Prima outside of the podcast. I hadn't had a Prima since like back in recess days at school, yeah? But then, because I'm not a fizzy girl and your office fridge is fizzies, all fizzies of all kinds, and Primas, I've just started cracking out the Primas every once in a while.
That's a good point. Oh, no caller ID. I wonder who it could be.
Do you want to answer it on the pod?
No caller ID is either That means private number, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So it's either a telemarketer or like bad news or my brother who's a doctor.
Okay, and you don't want to answer. I guess, yeah, two out of three ain't good.
And like also my brother, I don't want to like throw him under the, be like, you're on a podcast. I've never been a fan of, you're on the podcast. I'm involved in it a lot. But I don't have the confidence to throw people in that. I'm always so worried that they're like, what? What are you doing? Turn it off and cut this. Sorry.
Quick comment, completely off topic.
My brother wouldn't do that, by the way. He's chill.
He would never. He's lovely.
Yeah.
I like your brother.
Yeah. Do you know his friends when he was at medical school?
Which brother is that?
I only have one, Patrick. When he was at medical school, his friends used to call me Pothead Patrick. Because I'd come to the city sometimes and I was the
stoner
stoner version of Patrick, although I didn't do that much weed even then. But it was very funny that was the picture they painted.
That's very funny.
Because we look quite similar, just he's a doctor and I'm this.
I haven't seen your brother in a really long time.
He's a good guy.
Hey.
Hey.
I want to make a quick comment on something. We posted a video on Instagram the other day and I didn't have my nails. My nails have become quite the feature. People quite like them on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? I've had to take them off because I have been moving house.
Yeah.
And they all broke, so I got them all removed. They are coming back though. However, I have opened more my garage is so full of cardboard.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't know what to do with it. And also, I have shared bins now.
Are they boxes? Are they still in their form as boxes?
No, I broke them down.
But they're still, you could rebuild them?
Yeah.
You just hold on to them for the next move.
But where? Where do I keep them?
In the garage, in the... oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
There won't be a next move. This is it.
This is it.
This is
your
it.
forever
This is
home.
I found my forever home.
Just fingers crossed. It's a rental, yeah?
Yeah.
Just fingers crossed. That it doesn't... The rental market doesn't...
What I want... This is the dream.
change.
No, this is the dream. Right? I meet the landlords. Right? I meet them somewhere, but it's like really like where I don't know. I'm walking through the botanical gardens one day, and I bump into this glorious couple whose names I know. Their names are right.
Beep.
Yeah, beep probably.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom. We're really putting you to work. I meet this couple, right, and we get along swimmingly, and I find out that they own 4 properties in the area that I'm living in, right? Which is the truth. And we get along like a house on fire.
Yeah, wow.
I need to sneeze. So sorry.
And to be clear here, house on fire means they get along very well, even though a house on fire would be very bad for a landlord.
Wouldn't it? Anyway, we start sending each other Christmas cards. We start sending each other birthday cards. We have a really, really nice correspondence. And then when they die, they leave me this property.
That's happened
No, it hasn't, has it?
before, yeah.
Landlords have left the renters the property.
Yeah, rarely. So rarely that it's a news item.
How do I make that happen?
Like, you can't. You have to be there. No. You have to be like a little old lady and they have to have no one and they have to be willing to give their, like, it should happen more. But
I want it. I want this. I want to own. I don't ever want to move again. Moving is, if hell exists, I am moving.
If hell exists, it's moving.
Yeah.
Yes. I used to have similar visions of like, maybe I just find out who my landlord. If I ever, if I'm ever in a place where I can buy, maybe I'll just like find out who my landlord is, and maybe I'll just send them a direct email and go, hey, forget about the real estate agents. Forget about all that crap. Sell me the place, sell me the house. And you make a saving because there's no real estate agents.
Yeah.
I get it at a little bit of a deal because you know.
It's direct to me.
Direct to me. Let's just do this. I always had that dream. And then I recently, I started looking after my old dog a bit more, and so I had to get permission and from the landlord. And then I got a form, and I saw their name, and they're like an investment group.
Yeah, no, you're fucked.
They're just a group. And I looked up their website and they're just like, we invest in things like property. So you get a return on your investment.
Yeah, your landlord is an investment group.
Literally just instead of shares, consider our company who invests in things that are solid and will always get a return. And I'm just like, wow, okay.
Have you ever stumbled?
Wow.
I know that you're not a TikTok boy much anymore, but there is a corner of TikTok that is home buyers TikTok.
Oh, God.
And it is horrific. And like, good on ya if you manage to buy a house. Like,
No beef with...
no beef.
Beef with the...
I have beef with real estate agents. That's my beef.
I don't.
What, you like them? You quite
I
like
love
them?
them. I said when Broden first pitched calling them the C word, I said, but why?
I love that sketch, by the way, your real estate agent sketch.
Thank you.
I think it's really, it's probably one of my favourites.
Thank you so much. I love the editing. I love the
music that comes through as well.
The camera moves, the grading. I love the choice of a nice sort of modernist looking house. And really what I love is the rhythm of one of those videos that one of those sort of walking you through the property, but instead of talking about the property, they're being honest about their true nature.
Yeah.
That sketch we did 3 years ago. God, I haven't thought about that in a while.
Well, yeah, but I know why you would. But I think about it enough to know that is like, I don't know, just a really, really inspired idea.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say, Mish.
And do you know what? No, but do you know what I liked particularly about that sketch?
Please.
Is that there was nuance in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that there was like the repetition of that they're all the same is actually really clever. That's clever.
What I would say is if there were other options, if we were to do things other than call them cunts, that would have come up in the writer's room. We would have discussed it.
Yeah.
And we would have made the choice to go with the stupider thing.
Yeah.
Because I think, God, you could say more things than just that, but I don't think that would land.
It wouldn't be as funny. It just wouldn't be as
It might do a lot better, but with stupid idiots, you'd probably get like real estate agents in the comments being like, fair cop.
Yeah. Oh, bags. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, we do bags.
Yeah, fair cop that one.
And you'd see those comments as you're going through and deleting another kind of comment. Anyway,
let's go to an ad break, and I reckon when we come back, we'll do a little bit of what's something cool you watched this week. I watched something cool this week.
Did you, Mish? What did you watch?
Sorry, 1 second.
I'm gonna pull up the letterbox, see what I watched this week. So if you're just joining us today, we are doing What's Something Cool You Watched This Week, where we discuss one thing we watched this week that was cool. Full disclosure.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, because I am on tour right now. Oh, no, I don't need to do that disclosure. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, I will. I will say it. Full disclosure, because I am on tour right now. No, I don't need to say that.
No, say.
I was just going to say, I thought I was going to do something from MIF, revealing that it's still MIF time, but I just realised I'm not. So that's fine. But people that are on Letterboxd are going to figure it out. You know, because you're meant to keep up an illusion in podcasts. They say don't talk about the date, the time. Yeah. Keep the illusion that
No,
you're
we've already
it
said
weekly.
people are going to know. Like you've gone on tour. How are we meant to? How are you here and also in Birmingham? You are going to Birmingham, aren't you?
I don't know.
Bristol?
I don't know.
I think you are going.
No, I think we're going to Bristol, Birmingham. I can't remember which one. I think Bristol and Bath are near each other. So I think we're doing Bristol instead of Bath this year.
That's a bit of fun.
It's going to be a blast.
So jealous. No, that's not true. I'm not though.
And you'll get there.
Yeah.
If you wanted
but
to. But
I don't want to do it alone. It would be nice to do it with friends. I want to go with you and Tom. Whenever I tour, if I ever do an international tour, I'm doing it alone.
It would be a very lonely existence.
So lonely.
For stand-ups. But I mean, most stand-ups do festivals, right? And festivals, you have that community you're traveling around with you. But yeah, when you're at a level where you're doing, like when you're Liza Schlesinger, or when you're
Nikki Glaser.
Or when you're
Daniel Sloss,
where you're literally just going from city to city, performing in front of thousands of people and then going back to your hotel, would be lonely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd get close to your management, I guess. You'd try to have your family come visit. You'd catch up with people. You'd have to get good at being like, hey, let's catch up. But yeah, it would be lonely. So just do festivals. So what's something cool I watched this week? I've got a fun one.
Yeah.
I watched Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas special.
I think you talked about that last week. Oh, no, you didn't. You talked about the doco. Yeah, okay, tell me about it.
So I didn't talk about that last week in our chronology. I talked about that like 3 months ago. But, yeah, I watched the Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas special. Mish, it was so funny. Because I didn't watch a lot of Pee-wee growing up. You didn't watch a lot of Pee-wee growing up.
None at all. The only thing I knew of Pee-wee was inside other television shows. So, like, kids were watching Pee-wee Herman. Like, Look Who's Talking Too. There's a lot of Pee-wee Herman gags.
Can I give you the list of people that cameoed in this Christmas special?
Yeah.
So I'm pulling up the cast list. So obviously there's Pee-wee Herman. A recurring character on the Pee-wee Herman Playhouse TV show was a guy called Cowboy Curtis was the character, and he was played by Lawrence Fishburne.
Wild. Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
Like the Matrix, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, and he was like, hey, I'm a cowboy. Here are some of the cameos. Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalon. Grace Jones.
Oh, my God.
Little Richard. Magic Johnson. Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Oh, my God.
Whoopi Goldberg. Oprah Winfrey. Joan Rivers. Charo. KD Lang. And Cher.
Chiro was on there. I love that. And Cher was on there.
Mm-hmm. It's so
Where is he
funny.
now?
He passed away.
Okay.
Yeah. It is so funny, Mish.
Is it for kids?
Yes, but it's kind of, I think what I'm now understanding is I think I watched a little bit when I was a kid and I didn't get it. I sort of saw it. I was like, this is weird and full on. And I see it now as an adult and I go, it's like it's a parody of kids shows done as a kid show, which is actually kind of how it happened. It was originally a midnight live show at the Groundlings. And so it was an adult show that was sort of a pastiche on kids shows, and then it got commissioned as a kids show. But it's got this like, so it opens as a Christmas special. It opens with an all-male like Navy choir singing a Christmas song, and then he's like dancing with them, and then like
What's his whole shtick that he's just a bit stupid?
It's hard to describe, and it's still something I'm not like.
It's like just a character, right? It's like,
I think it started as this is on the documentary. I think it started as a character where they were doing a stand-up comedy night at Groundlings, and they were like, bring a character that's doing stand-up, and I think a lot of them were riffing on stand-ups, and his joke was it's a prop comic that will never make it. You know, when you when you go to like an open mic thing or like and you're just like, oh, he will never make it.
Yeah.
And that was the character. But then it's kind of a riff on children's presenters. It's weird though. It's a very intense, like he's so intense and like, but the world around him is so funny. Like, literally Zsa Zsa Gabor like is like comes a knocking. And she's like,
so
are you having
funny.
a nice Christmas time? And like Cher is there and she's like, I just came to find out what the secret word for today was. And it's just like so knowingly
How did you
funny.
watch this?
And they keep bringing, I looked it up on YouTube.
Okay. Because
I saw it on the documentary and that was like his proudest moment or one of his proudest achievements. And I watch it and it's incredible. Like this, I'll give away one more bit where it's like, there's this male lady, like a mailman lady who is the only like normal character in the world, and she delivers a big box, like a big human-sized box, to the Playhouse, and then she realizes she's made a terrible mistake and it was meant for the White House, and then they open it and it's it's Grace Jones, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Grace." Oh, I can't do Pee-wee. He's like, "I'm sorry, Grace Jones. We'll send you back to the White House." She's like, "Well, you've already unboxed me. Would you like me to sing you a song?" She's in like the most Grace Jones outfit, and he sits on a little stool while she sings.
How fun.
Little
I want to
drummer
watch the
boy.
documentary. I feel like that'd be fun.
Documentary, and you would love this, Chris.
Yeah, I'll watch
it's
it.
the gayest thing you'll ever see in your life.
Great.
It's so good,
Yeah.
Mish. It's so funny. But yeah, watch the documentary. It's tragic.
So, moving. So I literally have hardly had time to do anything. So watching movies has been a stretch. However, last night I watched When Harry Met Sally.
Hey!
And I think it is a perfect film.
Yeah.
I don't think there is anything wrong with When Harry Met Sally. The combination of Nora Ephron, fucking Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan is just the most delicious, like, and the fact that Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan have that kind of chemistry is just so wonderful and so electric. The script is so funny and so perfect, and everyone in it is charming. Carrie Fisher is a god.
She's so good.
I love her in this as well. Like, she has a little Rolodex of men's names, and when they die or when they get married, she folds the corner over, which it's so funny. And at the end, spoiler warning for When Harry Met Sally, and it's New Year's, and he runs to this New Year's party so that he can be with Sally, and that speech he gives, which Nora Ephron, we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, I think, or maybe a few months ago or something on the pod. She mastered the rom-com. Like, she just... Because I think a perfect rom-com requires a very good script. It isn't just about making kisses and pretty people doing sexy things and a bit of goofiness from like someone very hot. Like, a rom-com requires proper script.
Can I give my wanky thoughts on rom-coms?
Yeah.
But finish your thing and then I'll give my wanky
No,
thoughts.
go.
And it was from the last time I watched When Harry Met Sally, actually. I had this realization that this is very wacky, but going back to Shakespeare, right? Even earlier, but going back to Shakespeare, you know, Shakespeare is divided by critics into three categories: history, tragedy, and comedy. And essentially what defined a comedy... A comedy could be almost exactly the same as a tragedy, but what defined it is a marriage at the end.
Yeah.
The idea that there's a lightness to it maybe, but the tragedies had comedy.
Oh, yeah, it ends with and some sort of dance or like a... Yeah.
But it ends in a marriage and it ends with a coupling. And I think I remember watching When Harry Met Sally and realizing that we reduced this entire genre down to rom-com, probably out of like a degree of like it's a film for women, so it's worth less. You know, you can really very comfortably read the sexism into it. We reduce it down to rom-com, but what essentially it is it's the last place where like writing thrived and lived in film. Like, and it's exactly it goes all the way back to Shakespeare. It's like a good rom-com goes on the whole journey of human emotion. It's a character piece and it's a comedy and it happens to end with a happy ending.
And I think there's such an art to writing about romance because it can so easily tip over into like actually, like, you know, when you see like your friends and they're doing some sort of PDA thing, right? And like, you don't care, but there's a part of you that's just like, why are you doing that in front of me? Like, why have all of a sudden am I involved with these two people having like tonguing each other's faces off, right? Because it's personal. Like, it's such a personal, private thing, romance. Generally speaking, I'm not kink shaming here if you don't want it to be, but like generally speaking, it's a very private thing. So when you write about romance and you put it on a screen and a whole bunch of people are watching it, there's a proper art form in having what is being said not make people go ugh,
and
or cringe.
Making the personal universal.
Exactly,
Yeah.
especially with something like romance because it is so personal. Like, we all get angry. We all get like, you know, whatever. But when it comes to like a romance, it's such an intimate relationship. So to write something I think about this all the time. It was a point you made about the song "That's What Makes You Beautiful" by One Direction. No, because I remember when we recorded, this was like COVID days, and I remember you saying it, being like, you think that's one of the best songs ever written, and you said, yeah, because by saying, I love you for like that's what makes you beautiful is all your normal things, and that speaks to everyone. That isn't like you know what I mean. That's not saying like I love your blue eyes or I love your long legs. It's like because I don't have long legs, so all of a sudden I'm out of it. You don't love me. But when you say all of these things is what makes you beautiful, that instantly makes everyone go, oh my God, you think I'm beautiful, you know?
But you know, can I just jump on that though? That is, just to talk about the genius of When Harry Met Sally, that is like cynically brilliant. And I do love that song and I have a lot of respect for that song. But it's not a song that I go, the best art.
Yeah.
Like that cynically is an amazing piece of work, right?
But the reason it worked, the
best art is one that goes specific.
Yeah.
Goes to the blue eyes, goes to the details, the specificity, but still finds universality. This story, like When Harry Met Sally, it's so New York.
Oh, and it's so specific.
So specific.
I love how they bring in the real couples, which aren't real couples, but those couples that come in and have their little stories throughout it. I know, like, When You Know About a Good Melon is such a good, like, I knew he was a good one. I know, like, When You Know a Good Melon, like, it's just so good. And it's so that kind of transition between just like hating each other to being in love is just so wonderful. And then like after they fuck and she's like all like loved up and relaxed and he's got that tension and it's just so well done. I think the pairing of Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal, again, like what we were speaking about a few weeks back about getting pairs of people.
Yeah. Well, because did I say that about Superman? Have I talked about Superman already?
No.
What were you saying about pairs of people?
Like getting pairs of people that you would never usually put together. People want to see it. They want to see that that's real. Like that it's realistic that could happen. And I think that the pair up of Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal was inspired.
So that's the big thing I've been thinking a lot about. So I watched Superman recently and pros and cons, right? But there's a lot I liked about the movie. And one of the things I really loved was the chemistry of the two leads, the actress who plays Lois and the actor who plays Superman. It's David Corenswet, and she's in everything. Oh my God, I can't believe I've forgotten her name. You'd know her. She's in Marvelous Miss Maisel and anyway, forgot her name. But apparently he auditioned them together. So like when the director of Superman was like choosing between the actors, he had a bunch of Supermen and he had a bunch of Loises. And usually in a movie like that, you cast Superman and then you find Lois, right? Because Superman's going to go off and be in all the... But he auditioned all the Supermen with all the Loises in like chemistry tests. And the part of the decision was not just who the best Superman was. It was about the two of them having chemistry. And you just felt it. You just were like, oh, these two feel like they've got something, right? Like
I love it when that happens. I love it when you see that happen as well.
And it's casting, right? It's like actors can do their best, but you have to cast it well. And so rarely now do movies have that. They'll just go, who's the biggest name here? Who's the biggest name here? Put them together. And to see like, and I think this movie is like such a good example of it, of like the two of them together have chemistry.
Yeah.
Like it's not just that they're both individually brilliant, which they are. They have like
a proper good
they have
chemistry
a thing
together.
going, you know, which is so cool.
What are other examples? I love this shit. Do you know what's completely moving away from film, but Trixie and Katya, the drag queens, finding them and putting them in a room together, that must have everyone just like...
Well, I'll tell you two people that I can think of right now. Mish and Zach.
You're right. We're just like Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan.
I have one other thing which I wanted to say about this wonderful movie you've brought, which is just the idea of, I think, what were you saying before? You were saying it before about like, it's completely escaped me. Sorry, were you going to say something?
No.
Oh, no. It was about the fact that I had a thing. Because their chemistry is great. What were you saying when you're talking about chemistry? What did you say before?
They have the real couples that they bring in and being able to put real people together. People want to see that. It's palpable.
likable people, right? This is something I've seen a bunch of films. I don't want to like sort of say any specific ones, but a bunch of films lately that are kind of in the realm of romantic comedy, and like the characters aren't like I don't think all characters have to be likable, right? They don't all have to be likable in every genre. But for romantic comedies, you have to want them to be together.
Of course.
You know, and I think the challenge, like, it takes really good writing to write characters that are flawed, write characters that fight, write characters that are mean to each other. And at the end, you want them to be together. Like, that's a very rare thing.
Well, it's like in War of the Roses. You've got Michael Douglas and you've got Kathleen Turner.
Yeah.
And it's like they are literally fighting, and all you want is for them to have a big kissy.
And inspired by how quickly you remember Kathleen Turner's name, I've just looked up. It's Rachel Brosnahan.
Oh, yeah.
In Superman. I just did that instantly. Almost like you took a minute to remember Kathleen Turner's name.
You would think that.
And I used that time to look up Rachel Brosnahan's name, and then we cut that out.
No, but I think that you're completely right. I think you're 100% on the money.
But it's just like I've just seen a few movies where I'm like, oh, I don't like these people. I don't want them to be together. I mentioned it
again a few weeks ago or a few months ago, whenever it was that episode came out. But I think that it's been so many years for me since I've seen really good rom-com. And I saw that, I mentioned it a few weeks ago, that Your Monster movie. And it was one of these, it's just such a delightful original rom-com. That's how I classified anyway. It was this like romantic, and these two, there's conflict, but you want them to come together, and you're hopeful and you kind of know that they will, but like also there's so much like in their way. And I just feel like, so it's like what you said before, there's this real slap and dash about rom-coms lately, where it's like
in the last 20 years.
Yeah, but truly. And it's like there was an era, and I'm so glad I got to live through it, but there was an era where rom-coms were like absolutely leading the
Richard
box office.
Curtis is like near to Nora Ephron in terms of that.
Yeah, Dick Tracy and what?
Dick Tracy?
No, I'm going like if you want to go all the way back.
No, I'm saying Richard Curtis, who did Love Actually and.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant Tony Curtis.
Tony Curtis. No, that's
so
fair.
sorry.
No, but Tony Curtis is a great reference as well.
Yeah.
But I that's the thing. Do you know, this is crazy that I'm going to say this, Mish, because I can't believe I'm recommending this movie to you, because I didn't even... But I honestly think the closest we've had from Hollywood in a long time is the new Superman movie. It's only like 3 scenes of the movie as a whole. But the two things that I think I really loved was their chemistry and the fact that they fight. They argue in the film. And like at one point they yell at each other. And you still like them and you still want them to be together. And it's like, I just was like, that is so hard to do in this day and age, because it's so hard for everyone to come out as human.
Yeah.
And so genuinely, weird rec, but the new Superman film, you got to get through a few like, well, watch me do this.
I could get into that. Get into that.
Yeah. But their chemistry and the writing of them, there's like 3 or 4 scenes that are honestly the closest I've seen to a romantic comedy in a very long time.
All right, I love that. What do we do for Leguizamo-rama this week?
So this week, very exciting episode of Leguizamo-rama. It is the graphic novel version of Ghetto Clown, written by John Leguizamo. Very exciting stuff. But all this talk of romantic comedies has made me think of possibly the greatest of all of the romantic comedies, When Harry Met Sally.
It is the greatest, though.
It is the greatest, but I'm pretending like it's just coming up for the first time.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you all for tuning in to this episode about romantic comedies. One romantic comedy that didn't get a mention, but probably one of the greatest, is, of course, the Rob Reiner directed, Nora Ephron written, When Harry Met Sally. Now, to close us out, panellist Mish Wittrup will be performing the final monologue from When Harry Met Sally.
Oh my God, I feel like Virginia Gay when she did Cyrano. I watched that. Sorry, just quick shout out to Virginia Gay. Who did a dramatic reading of a monologue from Cyrano, which is a play that she wrote, her version of Cyrano de Bergerac. And it was right during COVID times, and they had to get cancelled, and it's since gone on and won a bunch of awards, whatever. I watched her do that dramatic...
On Q&A?
It was something like that. And oh my God, I watched it over and over. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. You have to watch.
This is not
That's not part of it. But
Virginia's a very smart person. But one of my favorite things is the artist on Q&A having to field difficult and complex geopolitical questions so that they can do their thing at the end.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Okay.
Anyway, let me re-intro you again. And much like Virginia Gay talking, that's a great segue there, Mish. Virginia Gay, Mish Wittrup has prepared something today from the Mish Wittrup with the final monologue from When Harry Met Sally. Slow crane in.
It's so good. Okay. I love that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out. I love that it takes an hour and a half to order a sandwich. Oh. I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose when you're looking at me like I'm nuts. I love that after I spend the day with you, I can still smell your perfume on my clothes. And I love that you are the last person I want to talk to before I sleep at night. And it's not because I'm lonely, and it's not because it's New Year's Eve. I came here tonight because when you realise you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
Mish Wittrup, folks.
Oh my God! It's so good.
It is beautiful.
Oh God!
Get more good writing in movies. You heard it here first.
The Mish and Zach Podcast is recorded on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We believe that our collective culture will never reach its full potential until we embrace the history and the truth of the oldest cultures of this land.